One of the things that I have to do, or that I choose to do, is I will do some outreach. And by outreach, I mean non-billable time.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. And it's usually volunteering or donating my time to other organizations, sometimes other media.
It's actually donating his face and personality to the place that wants it.
Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome.
It would sound rude if I said it, but when it comes from someone else, it's better. So this is one of the things I like to do. It also is a nice way to kind of reach out a hand, if you will, to some of the other media in town. Yes. Which we like to do, because let's be honest, I like to see my name in print.
Yes.
So one of the things that I like to do is Sarasota Magazine will from time to time call us and ask us to be guest judges for their contests.
So every month for Sarasota Magazine we do a piece called Sarasota's Best. We've done Best Cupcake, Best French Fries, Best Burger. This month was Best Margaritas. So we ask our Facebook fans to nominate their favorite place for whatever best we're doing that month, and then based on those votes we compile a list and travel around to those 4 or 5 places. And every month we pick 2 to 3 guest judges to accompany us.
Sarasota Magazine has called me several times, and Christine comes with me because we are a team, to be a guest judge.
We choose Joey because he keeps calling. Well, he really likes to be involved, and when he got wind that we were doing margaritas, I got a lot of phone calls.
This time is margaritas!
Which sounds like a great idea.
This is a very hard job.
It is a hard job.
I'm very glad that they asked us to do this, because normally when people ask us to do stuff, it's not fun. This is fun.
I'm enjoying it.
It looks like an Asian señorita.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right, it definitely sounds like a great idea.
Until you start drinking.
What's happening?
Oh, it's so funny.
What is?
It's all so funny.
What is?
All of it. Every second of it. So now, it's kind of probably our fault.
Yeah, because they did tell us, make sure you eat a big lunch.
And we did not. People know that when it comes to consuming things, I am kind of an independent connoisseur, if you will, and I consume lots of things, whether it be food or booze or liquor. We are tasting margaritas, but we're judging them. So it's actually one of my favorite things to do is I get to judge. I get to pass judgment on other things that I did not create, which I really enjoy doing.
I remember all of us by the time we got to the Ritz, the 3rd place, we were all very happy.
And the Ritz is actually where Scotty was able to come meet us, because he was busy editing. But I think he had a good time.
I know, yeah.
So I decided to join the whole gang on one of their stops on the margarita tasting. And it was at a very fancy, classy place.
No, how do you do? I'm Daniel.
Nice to meet you. Daniel's our beverage man. Oh, fantastic. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And you as well?
Well, I'm enjoying your beverages right now. Your beverages right now. That didn't come out right.
And I think the bartender was trying to give us different drinks that I don't know.
He was giving us samplings of other drinks. So here we were on a margarita train, and then all of a sudden he blindsided us with,
Scotch.
Try this.
Yeah.
Even at one point, Joey tried to force a drink on me, and I'm not too particular on whiskey, but he's the boss, so I took a sip.
Try this one. Just try this.
I don't want.
No, it's got a
drink it.
smoky flavor.
But
It's
I don't
good.
like that.
No, but you'll like it on camera. Just try it. There.
Yeah. I like it. It's good.
Well, all I can say is I know the night ended with us going to another location, no longer part of the judging, and one of us got up and sang with the band.
Sang.
I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. Ooh, yeah, 'cause I
can say about the next day after you consume a lot of tequila is that the amount of fun that you've had, you should take that number and maybe double or even potentially triple that, and then suck that from your will to live the next day.
So the next day was kind of hard for me. I didn't really take off my sunglasses at all. I'm not even sure if I went to work.
It was a very scary sight. I mean, and the fragrance around them that was emanating from them was almost, it was pungent to say the least.
Part of being a big fish is that you can't get bogged down. So, especially when there's exciting news happening. So the next morning, I got an email from one of the city commissioners. Now, it was obvious, his name, Paul Caragiulo is his name. I don't need to be cryptic.
Paul Caragiulo emailed, big commissioner in Sarasota, big guy in Sarasota. Well, he's actually, but anyway.
Well, not quite a big fish, you know, maybe close, maybe medium size, but he's a big deal in Sarasota because not only is he a city commissioner, but his family owns one of the longtime restaurants in Sarasota, Caragiulo's, and then they've opened 3 of the newest and best restaurants in town. So the fact that he wanted to call a meeting with me, I knew was because he wanted to support my submission. And listen, this was the first time the city was really behind me, and I was going to take advantage of that position. It sounded weird, like the city's behind me.
I mean, that could mean a number of things. I mean, he could even get the key. I hope it's not a big key because somebody else will have to hold it for him, but I want him to have that key. I want him to be able to open the hearts of millions of these people in the city, and so they can see that this fish is on land. This fish is walking.
So while hungover, I still put on my best face, called Jackie Z and said, "Look, you got to dress me up nice. I need a suit coat because I have a meeting with the city. I have a meeting with the city."
Joey, it's nice to see you.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time.
You know, I'm going to be frank about this. I'm not so sweet on the whole big fish, little pond thing. I don't think it's right for us.
Is it which part?
I know. Well, there are basically 2 parts I don't like about it. And the first part is the big fish part, and the second part, I guess you call the little pond part. Those are the 2 parts I don't like about it. I don't really think that it's the way we want Sarasota to be represented. I think it's a poor choice. You know, you're an actor. It's a poor choice, I guess you might say.
That meeting, I wish I had gone on by myself and then never told Joey about.
All right, there are some things that I liked. I mean, the thing with the dog, if you could just do more of the dog and less of you, I think you'd probably have something. You know, most of the stuff that you do is cute and it's fun.
Thank you.
For some people like it, I guess. I just don't.
7,000 people that liked one episode, so yeah.
Okay.
I felt a little bit blindsided because this was not the direction I thought the meeting was going in. But, you know, as a fish, a big one, you're trained to find the current and fight it. I mean, I'm open to feedback, especially if it means, you know, the support from the city.
I think that you could see a significant amount of support if you were just to change the title.
The title of the contest?
The big fish, little pond thing.
That's actually the name of the contest. That's
yeah, but I mean, come on, how you attach the hips to this?
Well, no, I mean that's like walking into, you know, Macy's and saying, "Can you change the name of your store?" I mean that's the name.
It's actually nothing like walking into Macy's.
Well, I just mean it's an established name. Like Big Fish Little Pond is the name that they chose, that the contest chose.
How many people like Macy's? I probably would imagine more than 7,000.
I mean, I don't shop
I
there.
find your analogy simply not effective.
Well, I mean, but it's like saying, "Hello, Paul. It's nice to meet you. Can I call you Joe?" You know, like that's the name that was already established.
Now I don't understand the association at all there.
Well, it's an expression, you know, like big fish, little pond. Like, oh, you're a big fish in a little pond. So
yeah, but it has meaning. Words have meaning.
Yeah, so that's the meaning is like, is they're looking for a big fish, a local celebrity, if you will, in a little pond, which would be a smaller town, which is what we're in.
But we're not in a small town, are we?
I mean, I don't think you could call it a big fish in a medium-sized pond.
Put it this way, any place that could generate 7,000 likes for something you're doing is probably a pretty wide spectrum.
We are in agreement on that.
Right.
I can't change the name. I could maybe make a suggestion.
But it's your show. Why couldn't you change the name?
Well, it's actually my submission for a contest.
Listen, I can come in. I'm past lying to people, telling them what they want to hear, being nice. These types of things just they don't really do it for me anymore.
Is this because I sent an order back at your restaurant? I think all in all, at the end, it didn't play out the way I had thought. But hey, I can swim with the punches. That's not an expression yet, but it will be because I want to keep talking like big fish language. So yeah. So I still respect Paul. I don't know where this partnership is going to go. I don't know where it's going to go, but I will still eat at his restaurant.
My great aunt Sheila had this expression. During the huge flood that happened to Noah, she used to say, if it's going to rain for 40 days, you got to get a bigger umbrella. And, we just got to get that big umbrella and keep walking and just push through it. The rain is going to stop eventually. But my Aunt Sheila was also the same person who used to say, "Gay cocking off and yam," which means go take a shit in the ocean. So, take that as you will.
There's a cycle that happens when you drink where you get very, very drunk, and you're very, very drunk, and you're very, very drunk, and very, very drunk, and then all of a sudden you're a little bit sober, and you have a little bit of wisdom that you didn't have when you started up here, but you have it now, and you're a little sober. And then all of a sudden, and then you get very, very drunk. Like much more drunk than we were over here. Now you're drunk over here. And you're very, very drunk. And then, well, probably hangover starts here, and then you start off at the very beginning. But I feel like maybe I'm somewhere in here, and I'm not sure, but I'm having a good time, and I like the people I'm with, and I'm having fun.
Do